have been placed before a season of great provision. And I want you to pause today to recognize what I am opening for your life. My beloved child, do not rush past these words as though they were only an ordinary call among countless things pulling your mind away. I am not speaking to you to make you panic, nor do I want you to chase blessing through fear. But I am awakening within you a faith that has been buried beneath many days of lack, waiting, and quiet endurance. There are things I have prepared for you that will not come in the way you expected, nor always at the time you desired. But when they begin to move, you need a heart that is awake enough to recognize them, a grateful spirit ready to receive them, and wisdom deep enough to guard what is entrusted to you. I saw you in the seasons when you had to calculate every little thing, when the responsibilities before you made you weary, when you wanted to believe in what was good, yet feared you would be disappointed again. I heard the prayers you whispered in the night, when you asked when the breakthrough would come, when the burden would become lighter, when you would finally be able to take a deep breath without financial worries pressing down on your chest. I saw you helping others, even when your own hands held very little. I saw you choose kindness, even when you yourself were lacking. I saw you share, support, encourage, and quietly give from the very small portion you had. You thought no one remembered those things, but I recorded them all with mercy. My child, the provision I have for you is not merely a number, not merely an amount of money, not merely temporary relief from pressure. What I want to do is much deeper. I want to break within you the fear that you will always live in lack. I want to heal the way you see your own worth. I want to lead you out of the cycle of worry, survival, and self-blame. I want you to know that you are not defined by the months of scarcity, not imprisoned by past failures, not confined by the doors that once closed. I can open new paths through ideas, opportunities, meetings, work, connections, guidance, and resources you had never thought of before. Do not think that because your eyes have not yet seen it, I have not been acting. There are transfers that begin in the hidden place before they appear in daily life. There are doors being prepared before you hear them open. There are people being positioned before you meet them. There are opportunities being arranged in silence before they reach your hands. You only see the present. What is still missing? The numbers that are not yet enough, and the pressure that has not yet lifted. But I see the entire journey. I see the beginning, the detours, the places where you stumbled, and even the points where I will lift you up. Therefore, do not let impatience cause you to doubt what I am doing in silence. Yet, my beloved child, I also want you to understand that blessing is not received through haste or greed, but through alertness and purity. Do not let the promise of abundance pull you away from wisdom. Do not let the desire for a changed life cause you to forget to discern what truly comes from the light. Not every invitation is a door I have opened. Not every opportunity that promises money carries peace. Not every quick road leads to what is lasting. When I provide, I do not ask you to trade away your dignity, force you to lie, pull you into chaos, or draw you away from kindness. What comes from me will carry the mark of clarity, uprightness, and a peace your heart can recognize. You have been faithful in the narrow place, and now I want you to learn how to be faithful in expansion as well. If I place more into your hands, how will you use it? Will you let it make you proud? Or let it deepen your gratitude? Will you hold it in fear? Or steward it with wisdom? Will you think only of yourself? Or remember that I can make your life a stream of goodness for many others? I do not want you to be delivered from outward lack while still being ruled by inward insecurity. I want you to be truly free, free to do what is right, free to live generously, free to build, free to rest in the trust that I am your source. Look back at the days when you thought you had been forgotten. You saw others move forward while you still had to stand in the waiting season. You wondered whether your prayers had been delayed because you were unworthy. But I say to you that delay is not always rejection. Sometimes I delay to protect you from what is not yet mature. Sometimes I hold something back so you may grow before receiving it. Sometimes I close a small door so you will not become trapped in something lower than what I have prepared. I do not waste your tears. I do not overlook your perseverance. I do not forget the days when you still tried to believe, even though your heart was very tired. Now let your heart open to the provision I want to teach you to receive. Say, Amen, not merely as a word on your lips, but as an agreement in your heart that you no longer want to live under the shadow of fear. Let that word become a sign that you are ready to receive new wisdom, new habits, new opportunities, new thinking, and new guidance. Do not only ask for money, ask for clarity to know how to steward it. Do not only ask for a door, ask for feet that know how to walk rightly. Do not only desire increase, ask for a heart humble enough not to lose itself when you are lifted. I am breaking the cycle of lack within you step by step. I am teaching you to stop cursing your future with fearful words. I am reminding you not to call yourself a failure just because you once passed through a difficult season. I am stirring awake the ideas that have been sleeping in you, the abilities you once underestimated, the dreams you buried because you thought they were too far away. I can use one phone call, one introduction, one job, one project, one change in how you manage something small, or one unexpected opportunity to open a new season of provision. Stay alert to small things, because sometimes the smallest seed is where I begin a great harvest. My beloved child, what belongs to you in my good purpose will not be lost when you walk in trust. But do not fall asleep in passivity either. Pray, but also act with wisdom. Believe, but also learn. Organize, steward, work faithfully, and keep your heart upright. Receive, but also verify what needs to be verified. I am not calling you into blindness. I am calling you into faith filled with light. And in that light, you will realize that the abundance I give does not only fill your account, but also fills your life with peace, purpose, gratitude, and the ability to become a source of blessing to those I place around you. So, lift up your head, my child. The days of survival are not your permanent home. The months and years of anxiety are not the final sentence over your life. I am making a way, shifting the direction of the wind, awakening what has been asleep, and placing before you signs of a new season. Step into that season with a pure heart, with humility, with hands that know how to receive and also how to give. I am the Father who saw you in the secret place, heard you in the dark night, kept you through lack, and now is leading you into provision at the right time. Trust me. Stay awake and be ready, because what I want to do in you will not only change your financial circumstances, but also renew the way you live, the way you believe, the way you love, and the way you see your future. Let me speak to you very clearly. You are not only waiting for blessing, the blessing itself is standing at the threshold of your life, waiting for you to be awake enough to open your heart and receive it. My beloved child, there are seasons when I tell you to be patient, seasons when I teach you to stand still, seasons when I hide what I am doing in order to form a more enduring faith in you. But there are also moments when I call you to recognize that the waiting has come close to its turning point. Provision has been arranged. Opportunity has been put into position. Divine connections have been prepared in silence. Doors that seemed very far away are closer to you than you think. But if you continue to scroll past this call as though it were ordinary, if you delay one more time, if you allow this moment to be buried beneath the busyness, weariness, and distraction of life, you could miss an opening that has the power to change the very circumstances you have long asked me to touch. You often tell yourself that you will return later. Listen later, pray later, decide later, and correct your life later. But my child, not every door waits forever. Not every invitation remains indefinitely. There are moments of grace that must be answered with alertness. I do not say this to plant panic in you, but to awaken you from delay that has become a habit. There were times in history when I sent a warning before change came. Some listened and were preserved. Some laughed and had to face what they had not prepared for. I do not want you to be among those who hear but do not respond, who see signs yet turn away, who feel a stirring in the heart yet let it gradually fade. I love you too much to stay silent when the provision I have for you is so near. What I am bringing you is not only money, not only temporary relief, not only a small solution to help you get through a few days. What I am preparing carries freedom. It carries release from the burdens that have pressed upon your shoulders for too long. It carries movement in places that were once blocked. It carries restoration for parts of your life you thought had been lost. It carries new territory, new vision, new capacity, and a new peace that you cannot create by your own strength. I do not want merely to place a gift in your hands. I want to place you in a season where you know you are cared for, guided, given a way forward, and entrusted with the responsibility to steward blessing with wisdom. I watched over you in the furnace of difficult seasons. I saw you faithful when no one was watching. I saw the times you gave even while you yourself were in need. I saw you place your trust in me when circumstances gave you no reason to keep hoping. I heard the prayers you whispered in the night. Prayers so small because you were afraid of burdening anyone else. Yet to me they rang clearer than every sound. I know the disappointments you carry. I know the wounds you hide behind your smile. I know the times you encouraged others, while inwardly you also needed to be lifted. Nothing has been overlooked. Not one tear has been taken lightly. Not one quiet act of faithfulness has been forgotten before me. Now hear me. This is your season of reward. But this reward must be received with response. Faith is not only beautiful words spoken when you are moved. Faith is the step you place down when I call you forward. You may believe in your heart, But if you remain forever standing at the border of hesitation, you will not enter the land I have prepared. The promised land does not pull people into itself. The one who is called must cross over. The door may be open, but you must rise and move toward it. Provision may be released, but you must open your hands, open your heart, open your attention, and stop letting fear persuade you that you are not worthy enough to receive what I give. Some of you have become so used to disappointment that even when I say goodness is coming, you still wonder whether it is truly for you. You have been delayed so long that you thought delay was your destiny. You have been rejected so often that you thought rejection was your identity. You have lived in lack so long that when you hear of abundance, your heart does not dare to believe. But today, I answer you with tenderness and certainty, yes. This is for you, not because you are perfect, but because I have chosen to love you, not because you have never been weak, but because you still return, not because you have never feared, but because you still held a thread of trust in me through the dark seasons. You have been set apart for a noble purpose. And what I have prepared is not transferred into someone else's hands simply because you once had days of trembling. Money, work, opportunity, favor, timely meetings, unexpected offers, new doors. All of these can become means I use to bring you out of confinement. But you must understand that what opposes your peace often does not need to steal blessing by force. It only needs to make you hesitate long enough, doubt deeply enough, and delay often enough for you to stand outside what I have opened. Do not give hesitation the authority to decide your future. Do not let fear disguise itself as caution. Do not let the habit of waiting for one more sign cause you to miss the sign already before you. I do not need you to have perfect faith that never trembles, never questions, never weakens. I need your obedience. I need a heart willing to say, I do not understand everything, but I believe. I do not see everything, but I will step. I still tremble, but I open my heart to receive what the Father is doing. Let your response begin from within. Stand still before me and lay down the words of self-condemnation. Lay down the feeling that you are always late, always lacking, always not enough. Lay down the old stories that disappointment has repeated again and again in your mind. Speak to me truthfully and say that you want to receive. You want to believe. You want to step forward. You want to stop missing things because of fear. When you open your heart in that way, the shift begins to have room to enter. I will not force you to receive what you insist on rejecting. But when you open the door, I know how to enter with peace, wisdom, arrangement, and power beyond your limits. My beloved child, your season is changing, but you must stop living as though the old season were still your home. Rise up from delay. Refocus your attention. Recognize the value of this moment. Receive my provision not with greed, but with gratitude, not with haste, but with obedience, not with pride, but with humility. What I bring will not only lighten your circumstances, but also teach you to walk as someone who is guided, loved, and entrusted with responsibility. I saw you in the furnace, and now I call you out of it with hands no longer empty. Open your heart and say to me, I receive. for what I have prepared is near. And when you respond with faith, you will step into a change you once thought could only exist in prayer. You asked for a sign, and now I place this word before you as a clear confirmation that I am still listening. My beloved child, this is not a random sound passing through your day, nor a vague reminder for you to hear and forget. This is a warning, a release, and the confirmation you have often asked me for in silence during moments when you did not know how to keep moving forward. I know you asked within your heart, Father, if you are near, let me see. And I am letting you see. Not through noise that confuses you, but through a call deep enough to awaken trust within you. Understand that this moment carries weight. It does not come to frighten you, but to bring you into readiness. You have waited too long in the hallways of delay, and I saw every weary step you took. There were days when you thought you had been left behind, seasons when you watched others enter their portion and wondered when your turn would come. But you have not been forgotten by me, not overlooked, not excluded from my good plan. You belong to me. You have been marked by my love, covered by grace, and called to a purpose greater than what fear once told you. You are not an outsider standing beyond the door. You are the child invited to enter, but you need to prepare your heart. Keep your faith burning, and stay awake so you do not miss what I am opening. The door before you is not merely a temporary opportunity. It concerns inheritance, restoration, provision, and the things I have kept for you since before you understood your own worth. But you cannot step in with hands still clenched around doubt. You cannot receive the new if your heart is still bound to the old words of fear. I can open the door. I can send people. I can place resources into position. But I will not force you to cross if you keep stepping back because of insecurity, delay, or unbelief. My love invites. It does not force. My grace opens the way, but you must respond with obedience. Do not let fear persuade you to abandon your harvest. Fear often does not shout, it whispers skillfully. It says you are not ready, that you have waited too long, so surely this is no longer for you, that others are more worthy, that you should wait for one more sign. But my child, if you keep waiting until you no longer tremble, you will delay the steps I called you to take long ago. Faith is not never feeling afraid. Faith is choosing to trust that I am greater than the trembling inside you. Obedience does not always come with a feeling of complete certainty. Sometimes it begins with one small step, and that small step opens an entire path. Do not let doubt slow your release. You asked me for help, asked me to make a way, asked me to show that I am real in your circumstances. And I am answering. The provision, solution, and freedom you have waited for are no longer distant things for you to view from the other side of hope. They are being placed closer to you, waiting for your agreement, waiting for you to stop calling yourself insufficient and begin standing in the identity of one loved by me. But remember, what I give does not pull you out of purity. What I open does not require you to trade away peace. What I prepare does not demand manipulation, forcing, or bowing to darkened voices. True blessing carries the mark of truth and peace. I have given you access to something rare, something formed in the wisdom of heaven. not in the haste of human beings, but there will be voices trying to distract you. They will say this is not real, that you can delay, that you should return to the familiar place, that it is better not to hope too much so you do not get hurt. Silence those voices with your faith. Silence them with your obedience. Stand upright within your heart and say, "This is the time I am called to step into, and I will not miss what the Father has prepared, not with pride, but with humble trust, not with haste, but with readiness to be led." You have gone through too much to turn back now. You have endured seasons of loss, betrayals, days of chaos, and long silences that seemed to have no answer. But that silence was not my absence. It was the place where I prepared the foundation, adjusted the timing, strengthened your heart, and put what was necessary in the right order. What you thought was delay was actually protection. What you thought was being held back was actually preparation. I did not let you enter too early, only to be overwhelmed by something great. I did not place blessing in your hands while your heart still carried too many unhealed cracks. I do all things at the right time, because I love you too much to give at the wrong time. Now, as release draws near, I need your agreement. Say yes in your heart. Say yes with trust. Say yes by stepping out of delay, out of insecurity, out of the habits that have slowed you down. Let that yes be more than a passing emotion. Let it become a decision to keep your heart awake, a decision not to let fear control you, a decision to follow my guidance even when you do not yet see the whole picture, a decision to receive what I give with clean hands and a grateful heart. My beloved child, I did not call you to this door just to leave you standing there alone. I go before you. I am with you, and I will give you wisdom to recognize when to step, when to wait, when to speak, and when to remain silent. Let your heart open. Let my peace confirm the way. Let your faith become greater than the voice of delay. What I have appointed for you is not lost, not given to the wrong person, not cancelled by the seasons in which you cried. Step in with alertness, obedience, and the belief that I am still leading you. The door is opening, the harvest is calling, and I am inviting you into what was prepared in love long ago. There are people who have seen others blessed and quietly wondered when their own turn would come. But today I say to you, your time is opening. My beloved child, I heard the quiet questions in your heart. The moments when you rejoiced for others, yet still had to swallow your own sadness. The times when you wondered whether your name was still remembered in my good plan. I know you waited, hoped, and tried to keep the faith even when every outward sign seemed to say it was not yet time. But hear me clearly. Not one season of waiting has been wasted. Not one tear has fallen without my seeing. And not one prayer from your heart has been forgotten. What I am bringing to you is not only an outward answer, but a deep movement in the way you step into the new season. There are financial doors I can open, opportunities I can place before you, and sources of provision I can send through paths you have never imagined. But I do not want you to look only at the gift and forget the giver. I want you to recognize that true provision does not come to make you proud or hurried, but to bring you into peace, gratitude, and wise stewardship. What I give will not only touch your hands, it will teach your heart to trust more deeply. Do not let past lack make you act in panic. Do not let the fear of missing out make you run after every voice promising instant life change. The world may offer many attractive words, telling you that with just one secret, one formula, one hurried moment, every burden will disappear. But my child, what comes from me does not need to use pressure to pull you along. True blessing brings clarity. True guidance makes your heart become still. When I open a way, I do not make you lose peace. I help you stand firm so you can receive what is good without trading away the purity of your heart. Open your hands wide, but open them in faith, not in fear. Thank me, but do not thank me like someone forced to prove they believe. Thank me like one who knows their Father is still caring for them. I can untie debts, bring unexpected help, open contracts, opportunities, resources, and right-timed arrangements. But along with that, I am also teaching you discernment, so you can know what comes from the light and what is only a trap covered with sweet words. You do not need to fear the future, nor condemn yourself because of past seasons. You only need to stay close to me, listen to me, and walk in obedience each day. I also want you to understand that this journey is not always easy, but it is always meaningful. Every step you take in trust is building a firm foundation for your future. The small things you do today in faithfulness will become large doors tomorrow. Do not underestimate humble beginnings, because within them I am forming character and inner strength. When you learn patience, when you learn to wait without losing hope, you are becoming stronger in a way the world cannot see. Therefore, if your heart senses that this word is for you, respond to me with sincere trust. Do not respond only through outward action while your heart remains distant. Return to me in truth, in peace, in gratitude, and in willingness to be led. What I have for you will not require you to lose yourself in order to receive it. I am preparing for you lasting provision, deep restoration, and a new chapter where you no longer live as one forgotten, but as one loved, protected, and called to step into abundance according to my timing.